You won't believe what we have on deck today, 12s. What went down in the last few hours has completely leveled up the Seattle Seahawks and left the rest of the NFL in absolute shambles. We have an unlikely hero silencing every single hater, a bold promise that already has our division shaking, and a tactical secret that proves exactly why we own the league right now. Are you ready to find out how the impossible actually happened? Then grab your coffee, hit that like button, and let's get right into the news. Also, make sure to subscribe because we are pushing for that 1,000 sub goal. Honestly, if someone had told you back in November that Sam Darnold would be covered in confetti holding the Lombardi Trophy, you probably would have laughed in their face. The narrative on this guy felt like it was written in permanent ink. He was the guy seeing ghosts, the draft bust, the journeyman backup who was only in Seattle to bridge the gap until we found a real franchise quarterback. But what we just witnessed down in Santa Clara wasn't just a win. It was the total incineration of everything people thought they knew about our number 14. His redemption arc is something Hollywood couldn't even script this perfectly. The biggest key to this historic run came from somewhere nobody expected. Remember how messy things were with turnovers earlier this year? We finished the regular season near the bottom of the league with 28 costly mistakes. Darnold himself looked like a turnover machine at times. But once the playoffs hit, something clicked in Mike McDonald's locker room. Seattle just became the first team in NFL history to win a Super Bowl without committing a single turnover in the entire postseason. That is absolutely insane. That is the kind of discipline that separates the good teams from the legends. Against the Patriots, Darnold didn't need to be Superman. He just had to be a surgeon, even playing through an oblique injury that would have sidelined most guys. He showed a level of grit that shut up every critic. He didn't force passes, he didn't cough up fumbles, and he kept the offense moving with a precision we haven't seen around here in years. He pushed through the physical pain and the mental noise of being the league's punching bag for years. His teammates like Leonard Williams said it best. He never let the outside doubt mess with his head. Now, just imagine the look on the faces of everyone who spent the whole year making memes about him. He isn't a draft bust anymore. He is the Super Bowl winning quarterback who brought Seattle its second title in franchise history. This one kicks off a new era where toughness and resilience matter more than any labels from the past. The guy who used to see ghosts now only sees the shimmer of championship gold. If you think this title run was just about one guy's comeback, you aren't ready for what our superstar wideout just promised for the future. While we are all still sitting here trying to process how massive this title is, our young star Jackson Smith-Njigba decided it wasn't enough to just celebrate. He went ahead and put a massive bullseye on our backs for next season. Right after that dominant win over the Patriots, in the middle of all that locker room chaos, he dropped a statement that broke the internet and is already giving the NFC West nightmares, with the kind of swagger you only get from being a champion. He looked right at the cameras and guaranteed that we will be back. It wasn't a guess. It was a promise from a guy who knows Seattle is building a dynasty. What this kid did this season belongs in the history books. He wasn't just the offensive player of the year. He was the engine that kept this unit moving when nobody else believed. He racked up over 1,700 receiving yards, leading the entire NFL with a level of ease that is just ridiculous. He became Sam Darnold's security blanket, the guy who always showed up in high-pressure moments to convert those impossible third downs that had us jumping off our couches. That connection between those two became the backbone of a team people said would be irrelevant. What really gives me chills, though, is the weight of this winner's mentality. Winning one Super Bowl is hard, but defending that title is a task meant for the greats. When JSN says we will be back, he is sending a direct message to San Francisco, LA, and Arizona. The throne has an owner now, and we have zero intention of giving it up. He knows this core is young, talented, and most importantly, they are still hungry. The success didn't go to his head. It just served as fuel for something even bigger coming up at Super Bowl 61. That bold attitude is exactly what the 12s needed to hear. We are living the dream right now, but our WR1 is already looking ahead, locked in on keeping Seattle at the top. It is that mix of raw talent and endless ambition that makes the Seahawks the most dangerous team in the league. If you think this dominance was just luck or individual skill, wait until you hear about the mental trap our coaching staff set to destroy the competition before the ball was even kicked. If you think our victory was decided only by physical talent, you need to hear what Devin Witherspoon just leaked, because it will blow your mind. There's a huge gap between playing football and mentally owning the game, and what Mike Macdonald did in this Super Bowl was a masterclass in tactical warfare. Our defense, the dark side, didn't just show up to play the Patriots. They walked onto that field knowing exactly what the offense was going to do before they even broke the huddle. It was a strategic beatdown that left the New England defensive line completely rattled. The secret, according to Spoon, was in the tiny body tells from the Patriots' guards and tackles. Macdonald and his crew of analysts spotted a tell, a slight twitch in their stance that gave away whether the play was a run or a pass. Just imagine the edge you get knowing where the play is going just by looking at the lean of a lineman's shoulder. That is why Drake may look like a lost rookie in a maze, getting hunted down for 6 brutal sacks. Our secondary was playing with perfect anticipation because it was like they had the playbook the night before. This just proves why Mike Macdonald is a different breed of genius compared to anything we have seen in Seattle. He became the first head coach in history to call his own defensive plays and win a Super Bowl. He doesn't just delegate, he takes total control and puts every single player in the perfect spot to make a play. When Witherspoon says the team is always behind him, it is because the prep was so detailed that the players felt like the game was won before the first snap. The physical execution was great, but the win was secured in the film room. This reveal that the Patriots were tipping their plays through body language is the kind of thing that ruins a rival's confidence for good. While the rest of the world is focused on the highlights and big scores, we know our dynasty is being built on high-level IQ and discipline. Seattle isn't just the most physical team in the NFL anymore. We are officially the smartest. If you think this tactical dominance stops here, get ready, because what this means for the future of our franchise is going to change the history of the league forever. Living through this is proof that being a Seahawks fan means believing in the impossible until it becomes reality. From Sam Darnold's epic redemption to JSN's star power and Macdonald's tactical brilliance, we showed the world that Seattle didn't just win. We took over the NFL. The trophy is home, and the promise of a dynasty is already echoing around the league. But what about you? Do you think that mental strategy was the main reason we got the ring? Let me know in the comments, drop a like, and subscribe so we can hit 1,000. Go Hawks!